you guys doing today? This is Jason with Tuna Tech. Welcome back. And today, I've got another, to me, an exciting phone. And if you want to see more content on exciting phones, check out my channel. But today's phone is a little bit unique. Alright guys, you've seen on my channel some Red Magic phones from Nubia, some OPPO phones, some Xiaomi phones, all kinds of imported phones. And for a while there, that was a popular way to get phones that we couldn't get in the US because that's where I'm located. But today, I am going to look at the OPPO Find X5 Pro. This was out, I think, announced in February. That might be just in China. This is the global version. This is their newest iteration. It's got the newest specs, and it's got a killer camera. But what is this thing? This is the OPPO Find X5 Pro. It's got 4K ultra night video powered by their MariSilicon X chip. So in addition to the main chip, they also have a MariSilicon chip that helps offload some of that photography processing to create better videos and pictures, or so they say. It's got Hasselblad color tuning in the app. I don't think it's hardware based, kind of like OnePlus does. They have SLR-Level 5-axis optical image stabilization, just ultra HDR video, 80-watt Super Vogue flash charging, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, and 1 billion color Bionic display. Those are some catchphrases, some flashy words, but basically this is a flagship. As you see here, you have the OPPO branding and the Hasselblad branding. You have Android. This is the global version, and you can tell that by what's included in the box, which will open. You got your Hasselblad, and then your regulatory stuff there. Just a keynote before I open this. This is a European or UK or global device, but when importing phones now, you got to make sure what kind of carrier you have. Typically, your GSM carriers, which are T-Mobile and AT&T, are the ones you can use these on. But recently, with the dismantleization or the discontinuation of 3G, AT&T has really cracked down on these imported phones not being able to work. There are some workarounds in some instances, but for the most part, a lot of them just won't work. Now, I do have a T-Mobile SIM. I'm going to try to see if this works, but I was told on AT&T, while it supports all the bands, something with discontinuation of 3G and being whitelisted and IMEI not supporting certain things and AT&T not allowing it on their network anymore, you may have trouble. So keep that in mind before you import these phones and make sure 100% that it will work. I love phones, so I don't care, and I will try T-Mobile just to see if this will work. So moving on, this is about 218 grams. This is 12 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes of memory. It's LPDDR5 and UFS 3.1. You got a 6.7 inch screen with a 92.7% screen to body ratio. It's QHD plus, so it's 3216 by 1440. It's got 120 hertz dynamic refresh rate, 240 hertz sampling, touch sampling. That's with 2 fingers. It does 10-bit color. It's got a 525 PPI for those who really want to count numbers and be all into it. Peak brightness is 1300 nits. AMOLED screen with LTPO. It's covered with Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. That's the main stuff. Now the camera on the back, you have a couple cameras here. The 50 megapixel main camera, which is an f1.7 with an 80-degree field of view, dual optical image stabilization, 5-axis stabilization. There's a 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera with an f2.2 with a 110-degree field of view, plus a 4 centimeter macro photography, which is supported by the wide angle, which I really enjoy those. They did get rid of the microscope, which was on the last iteration of the Find X, but I don't know if that was gimmicky. Some people enjoyed it, some people didn't. I don't find myself using those kind of things very often, and I didn't have that phone. So, in addition to that, it's got a 13 megapixel telephoto camera with an f2.4, field of view of 45 degrees, and the front it's got a 32 megapixel camera. Interestingly enough, Your rear camera does 4K 30 frame, 60 frame, 1080p, and 720. It does video slow-mo at 1080p or 720. And then your video zoom can do 4K 30 or 60. But the front camera only supports 1080p. So if you're a vlogger who want to do 4K, I don't do my videos now in 4K, so that's okay with me. Either way, moving on, the chips inside, we talked about the MariSilicon X imaging NPU, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, and then the battery, it has 2 cells, so it's supposed to help with the longevity of the battery. It's got 2 separate batteries that actually equal to about 5,000 milliamps, and it does 80 wired charging and 50 wireless, and as well as 10 wireless reverse charging. Okay, so I know I have sprung through that, but I just want to open this dang thing up and see it. So this is the OPPO Find X5 Pro, and if you notice, the box is super thick. Any phone you get from Samsung, Google, or Apple is going to be a third of this, a half of this. So I'm hoping there's a lot of stuff inside the box. So we open up to first a black box. What's in this black box? Just to give you guys a heads up, price-wise, when this came out, it was around, I want to say $1,200 to $1,300 overseas, which equals out in the US is about $1,500. So this is not a cheap phone. So you hope $1,500 you're going to get some extra stuff. And again, I was going to say Samsung, Google, you guys need to get back to doing some of this stuff, especially if you're going to charge exorbitant prices for some of your phones. So what do you have inside here? We've got your quick start guide, some ejection tool, and then a card. We'll get that in a second. Some more stuff, and a basic flimsy case, which, hey, for $1,500, at least you have something that will keep it from scratching easily. And then this card says premium service exclusive benefits. So I don't know if this will work in the US since I didn't buy it here and it's not officially sold here, but they do offer some kind of premium warranty service with these phones, which again, with those kind of prices that you're going to be paying, it probably is not a bad idea to include that. We will see if I can get this phone out. We'll take the phone, put it off to the side here. Don't drop it like I almost did. Behind this, we have your SuperVoke 80-watt charger included in the box. What I like about this, and other reviewers have said, if you're going to advertise a certain speed of charging, include the charger in the box. Don't make it where you get a half the speed or you have to go buy it extra. In the end of the day, these companies are businesses. They're there to make money, but it's nice to see some companies, although not sold here in the US officially, still trying to appease their customers. You got your transfer device, so you can transfer stuff from your other phone, and as you can see here, you got your charging cable that included, as well as the brake, which is, to me, just fantastic. So there you guys go with all that. We're gonna quickly throw all this stuff back in the box, move it out of the way for the big reveal, and kind of slip it around here. So this is the OPPO Find X5 Pro. As you can see, you can't see it really well, but there is a screen protector pre-installed, as well as there's your selfie camera or your front-facing camera. You got your volume up and down. You've got your SIM tray, USB Type-C, and bottom-firing speaker. On this side, you got a power button with a little accent of like a lime green or a light green, so it kind of sticks out. And on top, you have your microphone jack. I'm gonna take the sticker off real quick, and then on the back, this is where it's interesting. So here's your 2 main cameras and your telephoto, and then you have your flash, and it says powered by MariSilicon, which is their, I think I'm saying that right, that's their NPU processor to help with video and photography. It's got your OPPO and your Hasselblad. On the darker version, the FCC information is printed on this phone. It's hard to see on this because of the color, but I wish they wouldn't do that. But either way, I don't care. This is a ceramic back, so it's pretty safe that it's not going to scratch or break or anything like that. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to just power it on real quick, see if it has any juice. So you guys can kind of see the startup screen. I always enjoy watching these different companies' startup screens. But this closest competitor would probably be a Samsung S22 Plus, maybe the Ultra in regards to price. But either way, this is the Find X5 Pro from OPPO, and that's about it. It's running ColorOS, which is their version, their overlay on Android 12. People got mixed emotions and mixed feelings on it, but OPPO, Realme, OnePlus, Vivo, I believe they're all under the same umbrella or same manufacturer, so some of these features will bleed over the other. And I know ColorOS and the OS version on OnePlus kind of are similar, and people kind of outraged by OnePlus trying to change the color, but we'll see. We'll give it a shot. We'll breeze through some stuff and we'll see what we can see. But if you guys want more information on this phone, leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.